Hi guys. You ever you ever find yourself in a place where you have, a lot of feelings and you don't really necessarily even have words to describe, what the feelings are, what they want from you because, there's such a lid, put on humanity, a very tight confinement, it's not, it's often very difficult in relationships to really fully express ourselves, to really be, frank and honest about what we feel with people. And, because, when we have feelings, other people have feelings about our feelings, and then we have feelings about them having feelings about ours. So it's like, when the majority of the world would rather, sort of run away from this, truth that is kind of inevitable. It comes up again and again. If you want to have a good relationship with people, you kind of have to, learn to allow for the fact that, uncomfortable things will come up, and you will have to talk about them. And anyhow, seems like the status quo in the world is just like, fuck that shit, sweep that under the rug, let's just pretend like everything's okay. And, maybe we'll forget that anything ever happened. And, so, I don't know. That's kind of been, one of my challenges, throughout my life has been, sort of dealing with the, tiptoeing my way through relationships, and particularly with my father. I could never really be honest with him, and and I was forced to live with him because he was my guardian. But I kind of needed a guardian from my guardian, to be honest. So I don't know. Maybe that's one of the challenges that I have is it's sort of my own timidness, I suppose, with people and expressing myself. And I mean, like when you've come from a history of being abused and stuff, it's like, it's hard to find like people that you can really relate to in the world, because each person has their own, when you've been abused, or you've been traumatized in some way, your particular kind of trauma is going to have its own very unique characteristics. And like, I mean, the world is a difficult place, so most people have some kind of trauma. But when you go to deal with the majority of people, they're not going to be able to really relate to what you've been through. And even the people that can relate, they may not, they may it's still going to be a challenge to really maybe get on the same page, because a lot of shit could get stirred up, and then like you're seeing images from the past, and you're like, oh shit, are you like this kind of person who abused me? And then you're like, it's like, well, no, maybe not, but it's like, once a feeling gets stirred up, you can't just say, oh well, that's not true. That's not what I'm about. I swear that I am a nice person. But when people see us and they think that we're potentially like some abuser from their past, or somebody that reminds them of abuser from their past, then it's like, it's sort of like, it can be a challenge to get them to see who we really are. And it's a difficult, relationships, they are challenging. And, we learn about ourselves, and, we learn about our own sort of strengths and weaknesses. We learn what we're really made of. And, but like if you don't have relationships, like what's the point? If you don't have people in your life that you feel close to, that you feel like you can really be yourself around, if you can't really get past that, fear, the fear of like, being fucked with, then it's like, what am I doing here, like, because like, what does it really mean to be human being without other human beings? I mean, it's kind of nice, I've done this, I've done the isolation thing, I'm a master of being by myself, but, I've gotten better, at having relationships, and, sort of showing up and being consistent, with the people that I, do have in my life. And, I am grateful, for those, because not everyone has that in their lives. Some people are, horribly, even, people who have lots of friends, but they don't have like close relationships, they're still like horribly isolated because they can't, because the people that they have, these are superficial people, and, these kinds of people, maybe they're fun when you're younger, but when you're older and you like really want to feed, what's inside of your heart, these kind of relationships, they don't add up to much. And, these type of people, they don't tend to stick around. So, it's like, what do we want in life? We want people who are going to be there for us. People who are going to understand, that we're not just like some image that is there for their convenience. We're dirty, like miserable, we're ugly, we're all these things, given the day, and we're also beautiful and wonderful, but, we're also moody and shitty and rude and obnoxious and incomplete by ourselves. And, it's like, it's easy to love, a perfect little picture for a time, but, really, loving somebody, it just means seeing the beauty in a wider array of what it means to, be beautiful. To be beautiful is to be, sort of what you are, and what you are is where you're at, and sometimes where you're at is very difficult. And what's really beautiful is when you're able to be with somebody in a very difficult situation. And because, within these difficult situations, there's like this magic that happens when you really are able to give yourself to it and accept it. This is like often like when we allow ourselves to like break down and cry. That's like when we realize, okay, it's okay, it's okay that I feel ugly. It's okay that I feel fucking useless. It's okay that I feel like everyone fucking hates me and I've completely failed and made a complete ass of myself, but now I'm here and this is the reality and I've accepted it, and now I'm able to cry or scream or yell or do something. But it's okay because this is what I am, this is what I fucking am. And I feel this way, not because I'm fucking evil or wrong or bad. I feel this way because this world is fucked up. But the feelings inside of me, these are feelings that were given to me by God. So it is natural that I feel this fucking tension inside of myself, this fucking heat, this fire, this flame, this fucking sinking depression of Like, oh my God, you know, what is this fucking world about? Like, what are people doing? Why are they doing this shit? Why are they making it so horrible and ugly? And why are they so false? You know, why is it so difficult for people to have beautiful, meaningful relationships in this world? Why are we so fucking isolated? So, you know, and you know, why is this? Because we can't seem to accept the fact of what we really are. We are not easy fucking disposable fast food that is marketable to the masses. You know, we are what we are. We fucking are what we are. And we need love. We need attention. We need to be allowed to be angry. We need to be allowed to be sad. We need to be allowed to be fucked up and traumatized. If that's what we fucking are. But, you know, the world does not make it easy. You know, the world does not want to carry around a bunch of people who are considered, you know, the undesirables, you know, like, you know, there's so many of us are just scraping fucking by. And, you know, there's beautiful people out there, beautiful, talented, magnificent people. All they need is a little bit of love and encouragement. And yet, there's none. There's fucking none. Why? Why is that? You know, I don't know. You know, I'm trying to be different than that. I'm trying to be more open, more loving. But, you know, it just, you know, sometimes it just feels like I'm on a fucking island and there's no one in fucking sight, you know? It's like, you know, I look out there, you know, and I wish I could connect more with human beings, but it's like, it's fucking rough. It's fucking brutal. Anyhow, so I wrote a poem. It's kind of like about accepting what you are. It's called I Am Here. I am here, pulled forward from within. I pave the way to an unseen world I've never known, never seen or even heard of, but I want nothing else other than this special place that I've only felt. This world, no. This place, no. These items, no. These fragments, no. What use are they? A pretty drape on top of my heart so that I don't have to feel so much? No, I'd much rather be here with the pulse of my heart beats, even if it feels like it's beating me to death. I will not leave this life empty. I will not fill myself with nothingness in hopes of disappearing into some quiet abyss. My heart may be lit aflame, and the fire burns brightly. But why should this be a matter of concern? That fire, that flame, this feeling so maligned, this is what it means to be human. This is what it means to be a human being. Me, God damn it, me, I am this flame. I am this fire, dare I say it. I am this pain. Why then should I turn away from myself? There is no escaping what I truly am. And if I am fire, then I must burn. Should I be ashamed of this? No. No one hates the fire when it serves them, when it has no name. But people confuse me for someone. But I am not him. The person they see, he does not exist, never has. He is only a clever trick of their imagination. I am this. I am this flame. That is what I am. I am here. Here inside my chest. And I fucking burn. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. You have a good one.